one of the hottest button issues today in healthcare, which is employers' pharmacy spend. Lisa, thanks for co-hosting the webinar with me. I'm pumped. I figure we could talk a little bit about the webinar in preparation so people can understand what they can expect. So I wanted to run a couple questions by you and just get some thoughts flowing.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Great. And prep for the webinar, probably first question I'd ask you is just what do you think right now is like the biggest thing employers are getting wrong when it comes to managing their prescription drug portion of their health insurance plan?
Yeah, not necessarily what they're getting wrong, but what they don't have. Getting access to their data to really understand where their dollars are going makes the biggest difference. Ultimately, you're paying those things out of pocket. You should really know where those dollars are going.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. I've talked to a lot of employers about the results that we typically see when we carve out their pharmacy spend from one of the top 3 pharmacy benefit managers and we move them to a transparent, independent pharmacy benefit manager. And we talk about, the 20 to 30% savings that we see between claims and rebates. And I've found that employers' eyes really open up, not when I talk about the 20 to 30%, but when I start showing them drug by drug and where the opportunity lies within each of those. Eyes open up, and then I feel like the story changes significantly in terms of the path that we take. It really helps move along. Okay, let's do an analysis. Let's look at it and let's see what our potential savings could be. So I completely understand. I feel like understanding the data is pretty key. Now, when it comes to where the dollars are going, where do you think the most money is wasted when we talk about a traditional pharmacy benefit manager?
Well, it goes back to not knowing where the data is going. There's so many program opportunities that are out there, whether that's international, 340B, copay cards, patient assistance. If you're not maximizing those programs to the capabilities for both the member and the plan, those monies are just wasted, and ultimately the plan's paying for that.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to you gotta understand what your data is, right? Understand what's driving your plan, because you may still have some drugs that are available for patient assistance or international. You got to understand what those options are, be able to see where the opportunities are. I totally agree with you. I know the landscape is changing significantly right now, right? Patient assistance programs have been kind of the unicorn of savings for employers over the last 5 to 10 years, but we're seeing less and less of that patient assistance being available in commercially insured plans, at least. With the landscape changing, where are you starting to see the savings shift to?
The landscape is forever changing and always making sure you're a couple steps ahead of what that change might be. But when I first started, patient assistance was what you called the unicorn of savings, is what everyone was going after, was the opportunity for all. But now it's looking at a drug, even a dosage level of what opportunity, what program is available, whether that's 340B, whether that's the copay card, patient assistance, international, other programs, member direct, something we have called Elevate as well. It's the more of an umbrella approach and not a one single solution, but multiple solutions based off of that unique diagnosis, dosage, and drug that you're handling.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you're really talking about getting down to the individual specific drug level and kind of looking at the net costs in each one of the programs that you have, or whether it's just, filled normally and domestically, but looking at that net cost of the drug and saying what is driving the most savings, and let's target that.
Yep. It's treating at a unique individual case, not, again, we don't just have one opportunity, one program, but really what's going on at that time is where ultimately we can help get the most savings possible for both the member and the plan.